useless. Being
The house
satisfied with
shattered.
having something useless. There we go.
What did you have right here?
To be happy or be happy without wanting everything, for not coveting,
On both
and happy with what you have.
Yeah, and you know what? Especially when you're a teenager, that's really
Follow
hard.
the lines in your hand.
You know, because someone, I even heard someone, just the other day say to another kid, something about their clothes, you know, because the other kid wore all Under Armour and Nike and stuff like that, and so they said something, I think I saw that same shirt at Walmart or something like that, and you know what, you can either feel bad about it, you can say, yep, and it's my favorite shirt, and then that person's gonna leave you alone, because they know that they can't mess with you, right? Like, I'd rather get 3 sweatshirts than 1 sweatshirt for the same price. So, it's just being content, you know? We went to Florida over Christmas break, and for the first 4 days, it just rained all day, but we were all happy.
Yeah.
We could have.
Rain makes everything better.
Well, you know, we just looked at it as our families together.
Yeah.
So always trying to find the positive.
That's right. So, all right, what is not coveting? What'd you write down for not coveting?
Having
Yeah,
something
Matthew.
useless.
Not stealing.
Okay, not stealing or not having. Yeah, okay. How about
Because, like, you're
how
not.
about not having your heart set on something?
Not wanting something useless.
Desire.
Yeah.
Pastor.
Not desiring something. Yeah.
Liking what you got.
Okay. That's also contentment is that I recognize that all my needs are met. All my needs are met. Do I have food?
Yeah.
Yep. Do I have a place to sleep?
Yeah.
Yep. Do I have all my physical needs taken care of? Yes.
Do I have protection? Yep.
Yeah. So beyond that, I have many of my wants, right?
Do I have a form of transportation? Yep.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Yeah, I got attached them to the bottom of my legs. So,
Got
all right.
bicycle.
All right. So
Cycle.
let's go to page 67 here. Where's the line?
The line. Oh no.
Carlton, can you read where's the line there for us?
The ninth and 10th commandment are so tricky. There are healthy desires and sinful desires, and sometimes it's hard to know the difference. We know God's plan for us is that we don't covet our neighbors' things or relationships, and we find contentment with His creations, yet consistently battle our sinful nature to pull us towards coveting and dissatisfying. Look for question 90 and 91.
Okay.
Not drawing.
Question 90. Would you read that, Maddie? And question 91, Matthew. Would you read that one?
How are we tempted to be dissatisfied with what we have? Peer pressure and even advertising often encourage us to be dissatisfied with what we have. We crave other things in order to keep up our appearances or to look for happiness and satisfaction in something new.
Okay. So tell me some advertising that might lead you to not be happy with what you have.
Like an ad of some like Nike Air Forces. It's like,
Okay. Look at those shoes. Wow. If I had those shoes, I could be
so
like.
expensive though.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. What's some other advertising that gets you to be dissatisfied with what you have?
But
I
have
could walk
these and
around
I'm
phone
satisfied.
advertising.
People
Phone
bragging.
advertisements. Okay.
The new Can-Am Maverick
People bragging about what they have.
So
Can-Am Maverick advertisement.
I don't know what that is.
Side by side.
Oh, it's at a truck.
Just a side by side, like bigger version of a 4-wheeler.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Because I want to sell my 4-wheeler and buy one still.
You don't know what a side by side is?
No. What is a side by side?
I mean,
someone
show him.
So like last year, for Christmas, not this past Christmas, but the year before, Matthew really wanted an Oculus Quest. Really wanted one. And we told him, you are not getting one. And then we had like a moment of weakness and he got one. And then the second after that, he got it, the Oculus 3 came out. And he was like, oh, I want that one,
I don't.
you know, now. But then he's learned since then that that one doesn't have as good of ratings. But I mean, he just got the one that he had
Oh
wanted
yeah,
so bad.
yeah.
And then all of a sudden the new one came out and he's like, oh.
But, Pastor, see, the Air Forces are good now,
See, this is
but
the part
but
where I
customized Converse are better, so I'm happy with these.
Right.
That's a side by side.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I can see you in this.
They want 13,000 for that one.
13,000. Wow. That's a
Where did we go?
semester of college,
I'm
dude.
trying to convince my
Oh, that's
parents
six
to let me
wheeler.
buy one with my money.
Okay.
But they're wanting me to save it for
Yeah.
a vehicle.
Problem with that is
Yeah.
that it depreciates.
There goes
Just,
that money.
just make side by side road legal.
The usefulness is limited.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. So
Alright.
so you see that can happen. Okay. But how does our society then also cause us to lack contentment in our relationships? Do we have a kind of a standard of what kind of friends we should have by what we see on
Yeah.
social media? Do any of you ever get that kind of fear of missing out when you look at Instagram and all these people are like, look at how much fun they're having?
I don't have Instagram and I
Or
don't have a desire
Facebook
to
or-
have Instagram. I have Facebook, but like
Pastor,
I
can I
just
ask
use
you
Facebook for the memes.
Exactly.
no,
It's about
I use it for
Emmett
Marketplace, but now I'm
and
bought from
coming
Marketplace.
to
Okay.
Air
Oh, well,
Lanes.
why'd you do
He
that?
wonders how
I
much it
didn't
is.
get bought. It was just like button for no reason.
Go.
You get to read
That's
the
not
next
fun.
one.
Okay.
When you're gonna read
Yeah,
it.
91.
Okay, please listen to 91.
19.
Is all waiting, desiring, and is all wanting, desiring, and ambition sinful? No, God encourages us to seek His blessings of food, shelter, and good jobs. Food, shelter, good jobs, health, success, and so on for ourselves and family.
Yeah. So not all of it is bad. God wants us to seek after those things. But recognizing that every good gift, the Bible says, every good gift comes down from the Father of the heavenly lights. That God who created all things and holds all things together wants us to have good things. He wants to bless us. But that when we receive that blessing, our response is
Get one?
praise and thanksgiving to God. All right. So,
Jasper.
Jasper, read this,
Yes.
the image on the tightrope thing.
This image of a tightrope walker is a good illustration of our situation. A tightrope walker must
Oh.
balance on
Abby's
a
sitting there, I'm
thin
sorry.
wire and try not to fall off. Let's imagine that this tightrope is God's plan for His human creatures that we do not covet, or on or around the image of the pole below. Write down or draw using question 91 as a guide, but adding to it as well different desires in our life that are good.
Okay, we've already kind of talked about that. So, let's go to page 68. It has been said the 9th and 10th commandments are at the end to remind us that if we think that we can keep God's law through the 8th commandment, by the 10th commandment, we know we certainly can't. What do you think of this statement? Is it true? Do you think that you can keep God's law 1 through 8?
Probably not.
Okay?
Maybe not perfectly.
Not perfectly, but we kind of, maybe, you know, guys, what are you talking about? Okay. So I'm going to have you go sit at that back table until we're, and sit behind Tristan. Move your chair between you, your sister, and Tristan. Thank you. So,
Scoot, scoot, scoot.
question 92. Would you look at question 92? Should be around 118, 117, 118.
I cannot keep all these. We've probably broken every one except the murder.
92.
Yes, question 92.
What is particularly important about these last two commandments? A, they remind us that covetousness or evil desire is a form of idolatry, ingratitude, and dissatisfaction, tempt us to break the other commandments, for example, the 6th and 7th commandments. B, they remind us that God wants us to love Him above all and to have holy desires.
Yeah. So, the Apostle Paul says that if you've broken the law in one commandment, you've broken them all. You think that's fair?
Yeah.
Wait, so
If you've broken God's law in one point, you've broken it all.
if we broke the third commandment,
Which is?
the Sabbath, you must keep the Sabbath day, we technically committed murder.
You've become a lawbreaker.
So I think what they're trying to say is one of the commandment doesn't weigh any more or any less than any of the other ones.
That's a good point.
That they're all equally important. Like, well, some people say this, well, it's not like I killed somebody. I mean, I've heard people even say that. But I think
Yeah.
the whole point of it is that all of the commandments are equal in their value.
Well, they are, but if you broke one, you broke
Well,
another.
but you see, Jesus expanded the commandment that if we hate our brother in our heart, we've killed them. So have anybody here hated somebody?
What?
Yeah.
Then we
Hate
have
somebody?
committed murder in our hearts.
I didn't even hear what you said.
If we hate somebody,
Oh, yeah.
okay, then we have committed murder in our hearts. So anybody here guilty of breaking that commandment? Yeah. Yeah, and it's hard. All right. So next week we're going to talk about the close of the commandments. Next week is the first Sunday in February. Who is in 8th grade?
Her and him.
Okay. So
No, you aren't. You're in 5th.
I'm going to need to talk to you two to start getting ready for confirmation because we got to start working on our statements of faith.
It's where you
Okay.
talk about your faith and what you
Because
learned.
we're going to need to have those statements
And
of
how you
faith
grow in your
ready.
faith.
Shh. Jasper?
Yep.
I'm talking.
Okay.
We're going to need to have those statements of faith ready for Palm Sunday. And then confirmation. We'll actually need them ready. We'll start working on them because confirmation Sunday is the first Sunday in May. So,
That's exciting.
Okay, Dad.
yeah. The last Sunday in April is when you're going to be speaking your statement of faith.
Pretty sure my whole
Hey,
family's
Dad,
gonna be there.
Dad, I don't like publicly speaking.
You're going to need to say those, speak those at that service.
Practice would be
You'll be at the second service. You'll be at the first service. And there you go. No, you go to the second service too. So both of them will be at the second service.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure my whole family's gonna be there.
Yep, it'll be fun.
It's a big deal.
Dad, I don't like
It's a
public
very-
speaking.
I didn't ask you whether
You
you
don't
like
have to. You have 3 more years.
Wait, the whole family's gonna
public speaking.
Technically
This is
two.
guys. Shh. The reason why we do this is public speaking is something that you actually have to do. At some point, you're going to need to be able to address people in a public fashion, in a public way, and to be able to put your thoughts together so that you can do it. There's nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing to be afraid of.
That's
On
blue and gold
Wednesday,
Sunday, but
I
we only have
did
one scout
a-
in the troop, so I don't think we need to be there this year.
Thing for FFA this
Yep.
Wednesday. And I was on a team event,
That's outside.
and
Go your
Cool.
we got first place for our
Woo-woo.
district.
Nice.
All right.